everyone, my name is SMLV Tarot, and today I'm going to be reading a What Lessons Should I Learn card. I feel like collectively there's a lot of people that are stuck in a rut. They're not sure what to do. They're not sure why they aren't progressing forward in their life, whether that be relationships or career, or they just feel like they're just in the same place. And I feel like this Mercury retrograde might bring about some problems that need to be addressed. And hopefully this pick a card can help you address those problems as well. Because feeling stuck in one place and not feeling like you're progressing forward is usually the cause of not addressing a problem that needs to be addressed. You can't move forward unless you address whatever the problem is. And hopefully this pick a card can help provide you with some guidance in that regard. So what I'm going to do is it's going to be pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. I'm going to put the times down in the description. And I'm going to start off with pile 1. Alright, so pile 1. I'm definitely getting... This is about a person in your life. It's with this Lovers card here, I think it's someone that you admire and love a lot, and I'm thinking it's a lover that you've been constantly pursuing. And to me, I have this little 5 of spades, I think 5 of spades card here, and this person, even though you are their lover or whatever, I feel like they're coming off as an opponent, almost like as a rival to you. Like there's some kind of obstacle that you need to face when it comes to them. Like they're kind of like getting in your way, or they're your opponent, and more than they are your companion. They seem like they are against you more than they are for you. And with this Sun card here, I feel like you guys have been kind of overly optimistic about this situation, or maybe you don't see them as your your opponent. Maybe you just want to work things out together, but it seems like you're always in competition with them, and you can't seem to let it go. There seems to be unfinished business regarding this person. That's why this World card is in reverse, and as well as like you have some unresolved feelings, and there's this overwhelming sense of anxiety. Like you can't ever get it right with this person. It just seems like they're always opposing you. And this 3 of spades right here in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it's the 3 of swords with the piercing through a heart. But in this one, it's more about the truth coming out and really seeing people for how they are, the situation for how it is, and the truth. And I'm feeling like you feel really defeated because you keep trying to make things work with this person, and that's why I keep seeing this Fool. You keep making like mistakes regarding this person, and you just feel so defeated about it. You kind of want to walk away from them, but there's something that this person is here to teach you. Even though I feel like this person is like extremely opposite from you, and that's why they come off more as an opponent than a companion, because it seems like you guys can't ever be on the same level, and it's just so frustrating to you guys because you guys keep like continuously trying to make things work with this person, and it's just like you guys are opposites. And maybe you have tried to control it in a way where you were like trying to make them compromise in a way that would be beneficial to you, and maybe you were trying to get them to change their ways. But this person is like someone that is completely opposite of you, but you're just kind of frustrated with the whole situation with this person. This person does not this person is here to teach you a lesson. And honestly, like, they're meant to be your opponent. I don't think that they're meant to stand beside you and agree with you on everything. And that's why this is so hard, is because you feel like you just can't do anything right in regards to this person, but this person is just the way that they are. Like, you have to accept that this person is always going to be the person that is opposing you, almost like a rival. Even if they are your lover, which I feel like, you know, that might come across for some of you, but you're trying to find unity with someone who is completely opposite of you. And in order for you to find peace with that, is to accept that this person in your life is not going to change. This is how they are. They're meant to oppose you. They're not meant to be in your life because they are similar to you. They're meant to challenge you. They're meant to make you move forward. And if you never have any like opposition in your life, or people who don't make you question your own choices, you know, your life can become kind of stagnant. And maybe that's also why you guys might feel kind of stagnant, is because you keep walking away from this person, keep trying to push this person away because they just seem so impossible to deal with. And there's unfinished business with this person. This person keeps coming back around, and you just so desperately want to walk away with this eight of cups. Like, you just want to walk away from it all, but this person just keeps lingering around, like keeps trying to oppose you and stir something within you. And this person, I don't feel like this is a person that you can cut off. This person, you've tried. This person might actually be involved in your life in a significant way, to where you're like so frustrated because it's like, oh dang, I wish I could just cut this person off and just move on with my life. But this person is very important for your own personal growth. You need this person, not because not as like someone who is going to agree with you on everything, but because this person challenges you. This person brings out stuff in you that you never thought you like you never really thought about before. Like, it might bring up past traumas and things that you thought that were addressed in your life but are not. And it's kind of frustrating because you're like, I don't want to deal with that. No one really wants to deal with repressed traumas. It's kind of a difficult thing to go through. But this person is there. It's the medicine that you don't want to take. But it's medicine. It's good for you. Now, I'm not saying in some cases it might be like someone that has if it's obviously like an abusive person, then you don't need to be around them. But this is talking about a person that is just not up, like it just doesn't agree with you. Not necessarily are they abusive or are they a bad person. They just don't see eye to eye with you. They might think differently than you. They might have lived a different lifestyle, and they bring out those things within you. They're the medicine that you need in your life to move forward, because you need to progress, you need to change, you need to transform. And it's frustrating. It's really frustrating. I get this really sense of like wanting to leave this situation so bad, but you need to realize this is who this person is, and you can't really change how the situation is. You need to just kind of accept who this person is, and that this person, you need to stop. I guess for some people, you need to start surrounding yourself with people who are just so like-minded like you, and you need to be more open to other people who have different opinions and who think differently and who have lived different lifestyles in order for you to go on to the next phase. Because these are the people that really make changes to your life, not the people who agree with you on everything. As much as we love supportive people and as much as we need them, sometimes people that are an opponent or are obstacles in our life make the most progress. And you know, I wish that wasn't the case, because I wish it was easier dealing with trauma. But a lot of people don't deal with things that have hurt them unless they're dealt with something difficult where they cannot move. They cannot move in life unless they deal with this situation that just doesn't seem to go away. And instead of ignoring it, you guys need to just accept it for what it is, and accept that this person is in your life to help you grow. The medicine that you need to progress forward, the medicine that you need to get better, something that you haven't addressed within yourself. And maybe you've been repressing for so long and you think that you're fine, but you need to go forward and rethink some of the ideals that you have. So these old habits, these old patterns, they need to change in order for you to progress forward. You cannot always be with people who just are your yes man. And this person is not your yes man. It will never be your yes man, possibly. But that's almost, I feel like a lot of people, you like this person because they challenge you, because they're so different from you. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't have been so struck by them. If they were the same as you, you probably wouldn't be in this place of feeling so frustrated if they were just your yes man. And yeah, I think that's about it for pile number 1, is just really being able to accept that other people are going, like, that this person, not other people, just like that this specific person that's in your life and that you can't seem to get rid of, they're there to teach you something. Even if you guys are not gonna be romantically together and you're married and everything is peaceful, this person makes you a better person in some kind of way. It challenges you, it makes you think, and as much as we hate to admit it, you know, we have to, sometimes we don't want to change unless we're uncomfortable. And that's what this person does for a lot of you. All right? So I hope that helped clear things up. I'm going to be leaving my email in the description box if you want any more personalized readings or anything more specific. And yeah, thank you guys. I hope that you guys learn, get through this as Mercury retrograde is progressing forward. Thank you. Hello, pile number 2. And what we got here, and the lesson that you need to learn immediately off the bat, there's something that you know, like intuitively, that you have been ignoring. And the thing about this is that you probably feel as though you've been stuck in a rut, as I said before, but you don't seem to progress because you violently oppose making a decision about this. You're like, I don't want to make a decision about this. This is stupid. I don't want to collaborate. And it involves other people. This is like the 3 of Pentacles of this deck. And then there's people over here. And this 2 of Swords. And then this 4 of Cups in the reverse. And this woman kind of turning her back. You don't want to do this. Whatever you've been presented with, it's like the universe has presented you with 2 options and you don't want any of those options. You don't want any of those. And so any of the options that you've been presented, you're like, no, no way. I do not want to do this. I do not want to go forward with this. I don't want to, this is bullshit. This is crazy. I don't care. Like, and I think you've been asked to collaborate with somebody in your life. It might be a group of people, but I'm feeling like it might be just 2 more people. 2 or less. I'm not feeling like a huge group of people, but there is probably people in your life that you refuse to collaborate with, that And for some people, this is you for refusing to collaborate with the universe, because I feel like for a while there has been this option put on the table for you and you just kind of didn't even look. You didn't even choose the options that were presented to you. You just kind of left the table, and you were given, and if because you left the table, the metaphorical table that the universe presented you these options on, you have not progressed forward in your life, because you can't really go around this situation, but you violently, I use violently, but like you violently oppose, you're sick, you don't want to be choosing these options, but you know that you have to choose these options. These options that are presented to you are not negotiable. It's like, you have to eat dinner. You have to eat, but all you have to eat is two things that aren't your favorite. They are not what you wanted, but you have to eat. You can't just sit there and not eat. You've refused to eat, but eventually you have to come back around and say, okay, I'm gonna choose this one, this option. I'm gonna go through with it. You can't, there is no I'm not gonna eat option, because eventually you're gonna be hungry and you have to eat. And that's kind of what I've been channeling, is that you've been given options. It's just you don't like the options that you're given. You kind of know what's going to happen, but you don't want to go through with this for whatever reason. It's just very unpleasant for you. I feel like it might trigger you in a way, like some of these life lessons, like I almost feel like it's dealing with somebody that hurt you in your past. But it might not always be like that, but it's just like, or for some of you, you might run into people that constantly remind you of painful situations, something that you haven't addressed within yourself. But you cannot move forward unless you make a choice and turn around and look at the options that you were presented with, and really just go through with whatever the universe is trying to give you, even though it's really unpleasant. It's really, really unpleasant for you guys. Like, you do not want to go through with this. This is something that you absolutely, with all your heart, have full disdain for. And the only thing I can say is that if the universe is presenting you with this option that you just can't seem to wrap your head around for whatever reason, you're gonna have to, I feel like a lot of this is not something that's negotiable. It's something that you have to go through with, unfortunately, as part of life. You hate it. You are stomping your feet, and I'm getting like a chill. I'm getting a picture of a child having a tantrum at the store because they weren't able to get a toy, because but that's just the way life is. Sometimes you don't get what you wanted. And that's really what you are going through right now, is that this moment you really don't want to face the options that you have been given by the universe. And you've known about this for some time. And it's been quite a while, and you still don't want to make a decision. You would rather just ignore it, the whole thing together, and move on with your life. But unfortunately, your life cannot progress forward unless you progress with the situation that the universe has set up with you. It's like, take it or leave it kind of thing. That's what I'm getting, but you are really not about it. But what I am channeling is that this situation, whatever it is, dealing with this really difficult time in your life, or difficult people, or difficult situation, you know that you have to go through with it. Like, it's not something that is optional, basically. Like, that's all I can say, is like, this situation is not something that's optional. It's not something that you can ignore. It's something that you have to address. It's something that you don't want to address, that you don't want to go through with, because you feel like, no, this is not right for me. This is not the right thing for me. But sometimes you have to go through things that don't seem right to you, because you don't always know what's best. Sometimes when the universe lays out things for you that you don't really like, you end up discovering later on that those things were beneficial to you, that you go on this path. This is really for what's best for you, even though you're really upset and you're looking at it and you're like, oh no, I do not want to do this. That's what you're going through, and you've been sitting and ignoring it, and you know you've been sitting and ignoring it. You don't care. You don't like, you just don't want to address it at all. It doesn't matter what anybody says to you. And I feel like with time, I wouldn't really, rush it, because right now it just puts a bad taste in your mouth. Like whatever this, dealing with the situation is, dealing with these people. I'm getting like people, like a situation with people, multiple people. I'm not getting more than two, so it probably is a third party situation, and it doesn't have to be romantic at all. It's just, it's a take it or leave it situation. Like you can't really make the situation something that you want, like the way that you want it to be. So it's kind of like you're really upset about it. And it's just, this situation is for the best. It's for you to grow as a person. And there's a lesson in this situation. And I think I'm getting that a lot of you really, really don't, like, you are really like, you don't like dealing with people that like oppose you, basically. No one likes that, but it's just like, you really, like, if you don't like something, you're just not going to deal with it, kind of thing. You're really like closed-minded in that regard. Like, you're not going to be like sitting here dealing with people that like are just so different than you, like, and think different and speak different or whatever. And that's what I'm getting, is like, if you don't like something, you're just not going to deal with it. You're not going to sit there and take it, and you're not going to listen with an open heart. You just don't deal with situations that you don't want to be in. And unfortunately, this is a situation that you don't want to be in, and you can't really go around it or ignore it. Like I said, you just kind of have to go through with this difficult situation that has been presented to you. And with this group of people, it is a group of people. This situation is to teach you. I'm feeling like it's to soften your heart too. A lot of you have a hard personality and a hard life, and you fight constantly. Like, you fight constantly, and this is something that it's bringing almost tears to my eyes, because you probably went through something like really traumatizing, and it kind of hardened you. It hardened you, and it made you just this fierce warrior person, and that's why you violently had distaste for this. But this situation is to soften your heart, to have an open mind. It's for the betterment of your health, because I feel like a lot of you are very angry. I feel a lot of angry people. I feel like very angry, very like just strong-headed people, like almost like a warrior and someone who doesn't put their guard down. And this situation is to soften your heart. It's to make you feel better, because a lot of you don't really like the way that you have become, but you've become this way because of the things that have happened in your life. But this situation is in order for you to be more accepting and more loving of people in your life that come in and out of your life, so you don't have to feel so hard and cold and numb within your heart. Because I feel like a lot of you have been putting on a guard for a really long time, and you need to kind of go through this situation with an open heart and heal and be open-minded and kind in order to heal some of your past resentments and grudges and things that have happened to you. And that's all I'm getting for pile 2. I'm going to be putting my email in the description box and for more personalized readings. But thank you for watching. Hello, pile 3. All right. You have been through a period. Right now, it feels like financially you're just kind of depleted. And when it comes to superficial things, I feel like you just kind of depleted your resources, your energy, your time, your emotions, your spiritual energy. Like everything feels like you're kind of depleted and you're ready to go to the next stage of your life. But you're really not sure what it is that you need to do. You're looking for other options and you don't know what to do. You genuinely don't know what it is that you need to do. You have no sense of direction. And it feels like you're in a time where you're like in emotional chaos, because I feel like you kind of finished a period of your life that was really exhausting for you, that depleted your money, that depleted your happiness, that depleted your energy. Just everything was drained out of you, physically, mentally, emotional, and spiritually. And you're just kind of at a point where it's like, bro, I just want to find balance, to find peace within myself. I don't know how to find peace within myself because you're so exhausted. You're so over all the situations that you've been in throughout your life, because it feels like you're constantly having to kind of fight off, you kind of have to fight off people and fight off situations and fight off, like it's constant battle for you, and it's exhausting, and it almost feels like you are trudging, limping, like you're limping from place to place to place, like to your next, like you're just constantly low battery, low energy, and you don't know how to make it stop. You don't know what it is that is making you so upset. And the thing is, I don't see any cup cards here besides this one, the 7, and you just I feel like emotionally that's where it's coming from, because physically, when you're physically depleted and you are also emotionally depleted, it's like very hard to recover resources when you're emotionally depleted, because when you're emotionally well, you feel good, so you can recover all the energy and things. But a lot of it is like you're emotionally exhausted. You feel numb to a lot of stuff. You feel numb. You are just so tired all the time. I feel like a lot of you are so depressed and worn out. You feel like you're 80 years old and you're only 20, and you're just ready just to throw in the towel, basically, which I would not suggest, but and you just want to rest, because you feel like you've been in a long period of your life where you're just surviving. You're just trying to get through the next day. Like, you're not thinking about your emotional well-being and things that are important. And now that time is over, you don't really know what to do. And I'm suggesting that you guys get some like emotional fulfillment in your life. I feel like you guys have also been fighting off people, like fighting off like bad friends. and bad lovers and bad family members. You've been fighting off everything. So, I think emotionally, you would just like somebody to have your back for once, to be your friend, to, even if it's just one person, like you just want someone to emotionally support you and feel like you're not constantly trying to lift yourself up and go to the next place. You want to just be weak in a way, because I feel like a lot of you have tried to be strong on your own because you have been surviving on your own for a long time and you're tired. You're tired of being the emperor. And not that that's a bad thing. The emperor is a great thing. You're really strong-willed people, but eventually that whole surviving thing gets really worn out and you guys are burnt out. And now that all this, I feel like a lot of you guys throughout your teenage years, throughout your childhood years, and now into your adulthood, whenever you were younger, it almost feels like you guys raised yourselves. That you didn't have a lot of emotional, mature people around you, so you had to raise yourself. You had to raise yourself. And now that you're kind of in a place where you can kind of rest, that you finished a lot of those emotionally exhausting times from your childhood and then your teenagedom and now you're in adulthood, you don't really know how, it's kind of awkward for you because you don't really know how to be emotionally fulfilled, because it wasn't a concern for you. You were just surviving. You don't have a lot of money, and you don't have like a lot of emotional, you don't have that security that you want. And that's your challenge, is that you need to find emotional well-being. You need to find stuff that makes you emotionally happy, because right now that all those things, now that you've survived all those hardships from your teenagedom and your childhood, you're ready to be more emotionally secure. You're ready to not feel like you have to survive all the time. You're ready to live. You're ready to embrace the world and be happy instead of feeling like you're a robot going through the motions. Some of you want relationships. You want friendships. And because a lot of your friendships weren't, great growing up. And your parents may have not been the best emotionally wise. So, you just want somebody to help you, to emotionally support you, to have a great friends and a great social life, and to be emotionally secure. And then, right now, I don't feel like a lot of you have a lot of money for whatever reason. And, you just like low. Everything is low. Like you don't have enough of anything. And, because you were just trying to survive. So now you're just worried about, oh my God, I want to go out and meet people and, make friends. But there's a lot of healing that you need to do, because you're so stuck. It's like whenever you're so stuck in survival mode that you just don't even know how to function. I'm like, how do I support my own emotional needs? How do I do that? And a lot of you need to get more intact with your heart and people around you. And you need to find people that you connect with, because you're ready for that emotional wealth. You're ready to receive it, but you just don't know how, because you've been struggling and just worried about surviving. You weren't worried about making friends or anything. You were just worried about surviving and getting through life. And now that everything seems to be semi-okay, you're just like, well, dang, I need something that makes me happy, that makes me emotionally fulfilled. And you need to go out there and I feel like a lot of you are guarded because of all the stuff that you've been through. And you just want to find emotional balance, like I said. So, I just recommend, like, I feel like you guys are going about it in a way that is not beneficial. You can't take your old habits with you. You can't go into survival mode now that things are kind of done and finished with. Like, that period of your life is done and finished with. You need to transition into a more open-minded, open-hearted, like, you have to open up a little bit more. You have to stop being so guarded when it comes to things. And yeah, that's what I'm getting for pile 3. You guys are just really just stuck in your head. You guys need to get out and make those connections. But the thing is, you just need to heal and stop approaching it in a way, in like such a, stop closing. You can't really open up to people if you have a closed heart. And it's going to be difficult for you, and that's kind of why you can't move forward, because you're such in the survival mode. But you don't need to be in that survival mode anymore. You need to go out and open your heart to people. You can't keep pushing people away and pushing opportunities away. You need to, things are fine now. You don't need to be like that anymore. You're done with that. So you just need to find inner peace and relax and just, be able, it's going to take time, obviously, to open up emotionally to people after being like this for so long. But you're going to get there. You're going to get the emotional fulfillment that you want. It's just going to take some time. And you guys just need to stop being the way that that you used to be, which is fighting off people and being on guard about everything, and stop being closed-minded, because you want to be more open-minded to attract people into your life, attract emotional fulfillment into your life. And that's what I'm really seeing for pile number 3. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm going to leave my email on the description box for any personalized readings to get any more specific information if that's what you guys would like. So thank you guys for watching. Number 4. So what I'm getting from the situation that you're currently in is that you recently started talking to somebody new. You're being really cautious and kind of considerate about it. For whatever reason, there's like 3 Pentacle cards here. King of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and 3 of Pentacles. So I feel like you're kind of going at this in a way, you're being cautious about this with this new relationship. And I feel like you're kind of excited about it, but I feel like you got your guard up with this King of Swords and then this Queen of Swords up here. You're making a fair judgment about it. You're not really sure where this relationship is going to go because it kind of just started. It does make you excited, though. It brings you some kind of fresh energy into your life. And it does, I feel like this on a surface level, and not to say that it's not great on an emotional level, but on the surface level, it kind of benefits you. It kind of gives you, they do things for you, you do things for them. It's kind of like a back and forth, kind of balanced relationship in terms of those circumstances. And it kind of makes you excited. Like you're like attracted to this person. You really like this person. There is a little bit of fire there. I'm not really getting too much about this relationship because I feel like it just started, like this month maybe. And you're kind of cautious about it. You don't really know what to expect from this person, and you're being really reasonable about it. From where I'm seeing is that this relationship is kind of it's kind of practical, and it's kind of I want to say boring, but that's not really what it is. I feel like it's a stable relationship. It's a good, stable relationship, and you're getting out there, and it ignites some passion in you. I feel like a lot of you have been through a rough course of dating, many, and like this person, and you kind of learned your lessons in regards to dating, and this person seems like a little different to you. Like this situation might have been different from your past, and you're kind of excited about it, but you are being precautious about it and taking every day. I'm thinking that you guys are taking it one step at a time. Whatever your ideas about this person are, you are correct, because I feel like you have made a right decision in taking this very slow, but you are always on guard and cautious about what's to come from this relationship. You don't want to head into things too fast, and I don't feel like this relationship is one that you feel like you're going to fall head over heels with this person and just go crazy and this is the love of my life after just like seeing them and talking to them for a couple days. You're really taking the time to get to know this person. That's what I'm feeling. It's just starting out. It's bringing, it's kind of cute. What I'm getting is that it's a cute relationship. It's you don't know if it's serious or not. There's not really much to say about it at this moment, because I feel like you guys have just kind of started out. And you're taking it very slowly, very guardedly. You got your sword in your hand. You don't make any sudden movements, basically. And that's kind of the direction that you want to go towards. For this, I don't really feel like, there's like an ultimate lesson that you guys need to learn, because you guys are taking it really slowly. But the thing about it is you're not letting yourself be emotionally, because I'm not seeing any cups here. With this relationship, it's very practical. It kind of fits a certain criteria that you've had in your brain. For whatever reason, I'm getting that kind of vibe. It fits a criteria that you're in your brain, and you're very cautious about this relationship, because I feel like you guys have in the past headed into things way too fast and gotten way too caught up in situations that didn't end up working out. Like it just had to happen way too fast, and now you're taking precautions, you're being slow, but you're not really letting yourself open up emotionally, which is fine. I'm not really getting that you need to, like it's not an urgent thing. I don't feel like this relationship is in risk of being a failure if you don't open up, because I do feel like it is a new relationship. But this relationship doesn't seem like, I feel like it's just kind of fine. Like I'm getting like somebody describing their relationship and being like, oh, this relationship is kind of cute, like it's fine, like there's not really much to say about it other than, oh, it's fine, it's cute. Like I'm not getting like explosions, love, like there's not a lot of passion here. I'm getting like the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, but the Ace of Wands, like there's a little bit of like attraction, sexual chemistry, but it's not overwhelming. I feel like this just fits your bill. This guy just fits your bill. This guy or girl just fits your bill. Like they are just cookie cutter perfect in a way. And it's practical. It's a practical relationship. You're taking it slow, and that's all fine and good. But I feel like maybe no, I don't. For whatever reason, I'm not feeling like this pile, for whatever reason, does not want that passionate, fiery explosion. I think you've been through that. I think you've already done that. You're tired of that. You want something that's stable and stuff. You don't want something that's fiery, explosive, and just so all over crazy high energy. Because you know that if it's like super intense and obsessive and just like sometimes that's not a good thing, because a lot of those relationships can crash and burn really quickly as fast as they came up. So you're not looking for that type of relationship. I feel like this relationship is kind of what you've been asking for. It's stable, it's fine, there's nothing really wrong about it. It's just kind of perfect. But at the same time, I do feel like boring. But you're ready for boring, if that makes sense. You don't want things to be explosive, because you've kind of already been through that. I feel like these people, you're a seasoned person, you're a seasoned dater. You've been through this. You've been there, done that, and you're ready for a relationship that goes at its own pace and is beneficial to you and is slow and nice and convenient and cookie cutter. And you don't want something that's over the top and exciting. You're ready for something that's stable, commitment, this person is like a good friend, a good person. Yeah, the only thing I would say is that it's not really fiery, not really explosive as you want it, but this is a good judgment. This is a good start. But you always got to be cautious with relationships. But I feel like that you were taking it one day at a time with this new relationship, this new person that's coming into your life. You're kind of matured, you're kind of seasoned, you're past all the young, crazy, in love, I'm just gonna fall in love with somebody over the weekend kind of stuff. And that's kind of all I'm seeing for pile number 4. The only thing I would that I could say is you might get bored of this relationship, but I just don't feel like that. I feel like the people in this deck know what they're doing in terms of this relationship. Like, they know what they're doing. You know what you're doing. You know who you're talking to. You know how this goes. And you think that everything is fine. You're approaching everything with caution. There's nothing really that sticks out to me. But the relationship might not be exciting to you, which is fine for some of you. But that's it. And thank you guys for watching. If you guys want a more personalized reading, I'm going to be leaving my email in the description box. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Mercury retrograde.